Hey guys, it's Marlena and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be focusing on the 15 items I stopped buying since becoming a minimalist. So the reason I decided to do this video because I've been leaning towards more reaction videos recently and I really love minimalism. Minimalism is something that has changed my life drastically. And I don't think if I ever discover minimalism, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So I have everything jotted down on this notebook. And I write things down because I have a terrible memory. And here is, let me see. Here is the list. Here's the list right here. And I'm gonna explain to you the items. So without any further instructions, let's get into it. So the first item I no longer buy or I don't waste my money on is I don't waste my money on going out to eat. When I was in high school at the time, I went through a phase that my mom was working all the time. And I was in school and I didn't know how to cook at the time, and there was a friend that I used to hang out with all the time, and honestly she used to invite me out to eat a lot, so that's what I did. And I remember spending so much money and my mom would get on to me because she will be wondering why I'll be spending my money on going out to eat. If clearly there was food in the house, I just have to, get up and cook it myself, but as a rebellious teenager I was lazy and I didn't want to do anything. We don't really go out to eat anymore, but there will be some occasions, like maybe on a Sunday, that my mom will invite me out to eat, but we don't go to expensive restaurants. We go to a more affordable place such as Waffle House. So that is where we normally go out to eat, or we will go to IHOP. Those two restaurants are really good, so I totally recommend it. But yeah, but other than that, we don't go out to eat. So yeah. The second thing I no longer buy is notebooks. I thought that I needed to consistently buy notebooks every year. I used to went through this phase where I was, writing. I did write stuff down and stuff, but then I end up, I end up typically empty pages, and I would constantly go to the dollar store and I would constantly go and buy notebooks. And the notebook I am currently using is, I'm using this one, and I have a few notebooks that I had since high school. That's about it. I'm not using them right now because I'm gonna finish using this up, and once these pages are completely full, then I will go and use my other notebooks, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, so definitely notebooks are no longer what I splurge my money on. The third thing I stopped buying officially was planners. I used to be so obsessed with organizing in high school. I don't know why. I guess every teenager has their obsessions and go through this phase and everything. But I used to, buy a planner because I would think that I would need to write my assignments down or anything. But the thing is that I never really wrote my assignments down or anything. what I do now, especially since I'm taking an online course, is I usually will write the list that I'm doing on a piece of paper, and I will put it in front of my binder, so if I forgetting to do something, I can always look at this as a backup, and it works perfectly for me. Even somebody says it's a brilliant idea that I do this. Instead of wasting money on planners. So yeah, planners, I no longer own a planner. It's something I no longer purchase, so that's definitely out of my list. The fourth thing I no longer buy, I no longer really own in the first place, is a TV. I got rid of my TV way before I discovered minimalism. I hate watching TV. I think that TV takes a lot of your time, especially when it comes through watching your favorite show that you like and stuff like that. But the thing is that there's more than life than just to sit on the couch all day and watch TV. You can do more things that are more productive, such as clean your house, go ahead and search for a job, go back to school if it's necessary, because that's what I am currently doing right now. But yeah, if I want to watch a TV show or a Netflix series, then I will usually go on my mom's room and watch Netflix because she has a TV, or I would just simply I have my laptop and I would simply just watch videos and all of that. Other than that, I don't waste my money on TV. The fifth thing I no longer buy is I no longer buy magazines. I remember going to the airport and constantly purchasing magazines. I don't know what it is about it, but I guess I went through a phase in my life that I was apparently obsessed with magazines and all of that. I even had a subscription for 17 magazine and Teen Vogue. It's embarrassing to say, but it was totally the truth. And I remember it was taking clutter everywhere, and I never went back to reading them or anything. I even had a conversation with my mom, and I told her to cancel the subscription, and that's what she did, so I no longer own any magazines. The sixth thing I no longer buy is reusable water bottles. I have a reusable bottle that I use. Is yellow. My friend at the time's mom actually gave it to me, which I thought it was extremely sweet of her that she gave that to me and all of that. But the thing is that I was not using, I find myself not using the plastic water bottles. I just think it's a waste of money. Whenever I want to drink a bottle, I would just fill this up with my water bottle, and that's typically it. And that's just how I do things, so I don't waste money on plastic water bottles. The seventh thing I stopped buying, and I don't really own anymore, is, I have to say, makeup. I never really was a big fan of makeup. I never really bought any makeup in the first place. But I used to receive a lot of makeup because my mom's friend is a cosmetologist. She does nails. She does basically everything. But she mostly does hair and all of that. But yeah, I don't own any makeup. I hardly ever wear any makeup. Speaking of makeup, I still have like a variety amount of makeup, which I need to go look through it and see what I use and what I don't use, and I need to declutter it. I'm probably going to do that in another video, decluttering my makeup collection and all of that. But anyways, the only type of makeup products that I will use and I will buy is an eyelash curler, because my eyelashes need to be curled. Something for the eyebrows, because I think eyebrows are the most important feature in your face, and like a lip product, and that's all that I use. And I use mascara, and that's all that I really need. I don't use foundation, I don't use primer, I don't use a whole bunch of makeup products. I just think that it's just a waste of money in my opinion and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely I don't waste my money on makeup. The 8th thing I stopped buying is I don't buy freaking phone cases. I used to be obsessed with phone cases. It was no wonder I was broke all the time, because I used to spend so much money on phone cases. And I'm not just talking about the super affordable ones. I used to be so expensive. I remember this one time I freaking bought a phone case, and I thought that since I was looking all dolled up at the time and I was dressing up, I thought that I needed to change my phone case constantly. But the thing is you don't need to be fucking changing your phone case. It's unnecessary. And now the only phone case that I have is this one, which is purple, which is one of my favorite colors. And I have one for my iPhone 6, and that's typically it. Otherwise, I don't waste my money on phone cases. The 9th thing I no longer buy is I no longer buy jewelry. To be honest, I never been a big fan of jewelry. I used to own a lot of jewelry because they used to give me a lot of jewelry. I don't like wearing bracelets. I don't like wearing rings either, because they will aggravate the shit out of me. I just didn't like the sound of the bracelets that it was making every time when I moved my hands or when I went to a public restroom. I just didn't like the fact that I had to take my ring on and off every single time that I needed to wash my hands. It's unnecessary. I don't freaking like it. So yeah, the only type of jewelry I have is I have these Hello Kitty earrings that my mom recently got me from my trip to Mexico, and I have this necklace that belonged to my father. And those are the only, my everyday jewelry is the ones that I wear. Other than that, I don't find any sense to spend money on jewelry. So the 10th thing I stopped buying is clothing. I don't buy clothing I don't love. And I will still go from time to time through a thrift store or to a secondhand shop, and I will purchase a freaking clothes. But I don't go like to Target or to Walmart every single week, and I don't buy shirts. I just find myself that I'm a neutral person. I have some clothing that I wear every single day. So yeah, I don't really waste my money on clothing that I don't love anymore, especially clothes that doesn't fit me. That is definitely a no-no. The 11th thing I no longer buy. Is it 11 things? Yeah, I'm on the 11th item. And what I don't buy anymore is I don't buy any perfumes. Perfumes, Bath and Body Works can get you so caught up on these deals. And I remember that my mom, she doesn't really like shopping a lot, so she will buy like a huge pack of 4 packs of perfumes, so she simply doesn't have to come back to the store. And I understand her point of view because I actually don't really like to go shopping either. I like purse shopping, but that is like a different story. But definitely I don't really waste my money on buying perfumes because after uh a while they will start to get expired and all of that. So yeah, I don't really go and waste on buying any more perfumes and all of that. I have this one that is my favorite fragrance, which is a Japanese and cherry blossom, which I have this much left, and once I finish with that one, then I will go and buy another perfume. Other than that, I don't buy any perfumes unless it's completely gone. So the 12th thing I don't buy is I don't waste my money on shoes. Because throughout the years, I kind of discover my style when it becomes shoes. The majority of the time, I always end up wearing my Van Converse, or I always end up wearing my boots. Every time when I try on high heels, or I try on different types of pairs of shoes, I don't like how they look on me. I think I totally look ridiculous. I know a lot of people are gonna probably say no, but that's just my personal opinion on it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna waste my money on a pair of shoes unless these start to get worn out, which they're starting to get a little bit worn out, just a little bit, or they start to completely fall apart, then I will buy a second pair. Other than that, I don't waste my money on shoes. And I own about 8 pairs, so I probably need to go through that and see which ones I can keep and which ones I can get rid of. The 13th thing I no longer buy is I don't waste my money on books. I used to go to the library. I used to go to the bookstore a lot. It was something that I was obsessed with, and I used to buy books. I ended up reading them, but then I came to a realization that, I never went back. So it was taking up a whole bunch of space in my closet. I think we have like a bookshelf, which I am going to show you real quickly. Let's close the door so we can get more privacy. But yeah, these are all of the books that we have. And I used to read books and stuff. I'm not really a huge reader. I'm just gonna keep it real out there. But I do audio a lot. Even though I've been liking this book called What Looks Like an Ordinary Day, which I would totally recommend it, and if you will want to check that out, the link will be down below. But yeah, what I would normally do when I buy a book is I will either go to the library and rent it, or I would just borrow a book from my friend and give it back to her. Other than that, I don't buy any more books. Renting is more convenient and it's a nicer way. So the 14th item I no longer buy is just 2 more things, and that's essentially it. Is I don't spend my money on big wallets or wallets in general. I used to went through this phase when I was obsessed with wallets, but I came to a realization that I always been a small purse type of girl. So like this purse is pretty damn small, but then so yeah, I started using this wallet, and I used this wallet over a year now, but I recently upgraded to this one, which is the wallet I am currently using. It's just a Coach wallet. It can also be a wristlet or a nice going out bag if you're just essentially gonna just go to the movies with your friends. But that's not what I'm talking about. I carry a small purse now, so that eliminates myself from buying wallets. So wallets are the things I no longer purchase. So the 15th thing and the final thing I don't own or I don't buy anymore is I don't buy any more tote bags or other related purses. I don't know if I mentioned, but I used to have a purse addiction. I remember out of everything, out of clothing, out of shoes, out of a whole bunch of stuff, out of anything in the world, purses are the ones that I own the most. I don't know why. I guess when I was a teenager, I went through this phase where I used to like to buy a whole bunch of purses and all of that. I remember, but when I went to my trip to Mexico, I went like a month ago. And I recently did a huge declutter on my purses. And I still have some purses, but obviously I'm going to go to a consignment shop and sell them to see if I can make a little bit of money out of them, because I used to spend money on purses a lot. And I know that's quite embarrassing to say, but that's the truth of the situation. I only have one purse now, and this is just a vintage Coach bag that I got 5 months ago. This is the only purse that I have, and I still have a Carolina Guerrera bag. But other than that, because I'm gonna use that's my bigger bag when I have to carry bigger stuff. But other than that, I don't spend my money on purses. I don't see the point of going and buying purses. I don't do that anymore. So yeah, and I used to switch out my purses a lot. I used to believe that you needed every purse for your outfit and stuff, but the thing is that ever since I got this purse, surprisingly, I haven't really switched out of my any purses or anything. So yeah, definitely purses or tote bags. And I don't own any tote bags either, because it's just a weird in-between thing. The only thing I do is literally stay home and do online classes the majority of the time. I mean, I'm gonna go to college, a real campus college eventually, but that is going to be for like another I don't need a tote bag anymore. The only bag that I have is this one and a bigger Carolina Guerrera bag and my JanSport backpack, and that's all I need. I have the wall essential, that's all I need. I don't need to purchase any more bags. So yeah. So that was the 15 items I no longer buy since becoming a minimalist. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.